Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. VC cheer to you all. Back to do actually a second video response to Miko, the Vinyl Corner, his 300 subs contest. And actually, I did a response to it yesterday and posted it. And you know, there's a lot of things I left out of the response because I was trying to keep my number down to 10. And I don't know, I was just thinking about it, and I was just like, you know, why can't you make an extra response? Doesn't necessarily mean you get your, you know, your name in the hat a second time or anything, which I don't expect that at all. But I don't know, I just had so much fun going through and kind of, you know, looking for all the triplets, if you will. That was kind of hit the theme of this thread of just how many albums you have on 3 or more different formats. And I don't know, it was just something really fun about going through that process of looking at my collection, and it made me go back through and look through my tape collection more so than I have in quite some time. And so I just thought, you know, why not just pull out some more stuff and make another video and, you know, just kind of enjoy that process again. Because I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. I don't know why. But, so anyway, Miko, I'm just going to do a second response. Again, no expectation that I get a second name in the hat or anything. It's just, like I said, I just had a fun time doing it, so I wanted to kind of keep it going. Heck, if I get time, I might actually do a third video, because there was still more stuff that I passed on last time. And I was just like, man, this is kind of fun. I guess anytime you get in a situation like that where a thread or something makes you look at your collection in a way that maybe you don't normally, when you're just thumbing through trying to see what you want to listen to and what you want to put into rotation and all of that, or putting stuff away. Like I said, Miko, your thread just made me look at my collection differently, and it just kind of got me a little kind of excited. But so anyway, this was playing in the background. I'm sure you guys recognize. It's Nancy Sinatra, song Boots. Really good album there. Love that album cover too. I mean, it's just kind of classic, you know. Really cool stuff. So anyway, let me jump into it. This is my second video to Miko's thread of just showing albums that you have on three or more formats. So let me just kind of jump into it. Again, I tried to do a mixture of different things here. First one here, we're going to go with Ice Cube, Bootleg and B-Sides. That's the cassette. That's the CD. And then you have the 2 LP set on vinyl here. This is without question one of my favorite Ice Cube albums. Mainly because it was just a bunch of remixes of stuff that he had already put out for the most part. But it was all like he funked it all. Let's put it this way, he did a lot of Roger and Zapp type samples on the remixes that he did here, which, again, when it comes to just funk and some of the most sampled R&B sounds, or just such say sampled sounds in hip-hop, I mean, Roger and Zapp have probably been sampled more than just about anybody, maybe with the exception of Parliament. But even then, I would venture to say they've been sampled more than Parliament. But anyway, awesome Ice Cube record. If you're not familiar with this one, you definitely got to check it out. Bootleg and B-Sides. Man, I can't even tell you my favorite song on this, because that's almost impossible. There's about 4 or 5 of them that are just what I consider to be perfection. So, let me start that back over. Next, we'll move along to another good album. Again, one I just have not pulled out in a long time, and this thread made me think about it. But it is Soundgarden, Bad Motorfinger. Awesome album here. One of the very first songs that brought me to Soundgarden was Outshined. Of course, that's on this album here. This is actually a sealed copy. I bought this and never opened it. I kind of already had it in my iTunes, and I had the CD and just never broke open the vinyl. I don't know why. And also have the cassette there. So another great album. And again, one I have not pulled out in a long time. The vinyl, at least. What else? Next. Let's see, I'll do one that I know Shannon will love here. Joni Mitchell, Blue. I'm sure you guys know this album very well. And then, of course, you got the CD there, as well as the cassette. So that's Joni Mitchell, Blue. Next, we will go right here. Bruce Springsteen. Oh, cassette here. Bruce Springsteen's Greatest Hits. Again, this is a sealed copy as well. I used to have two copies of this. I had a listening copy and a sealed copy, and I sold the listening copy on eBay a while back and never opened this one because I already had kind of the CD and my iTunes and everything. So there's the CD and, of course, the cassette. So Bruce Springsteen's Greatest Hits. Really, really good compilation here too. I mean, if there was someone that didn't have any Bruce Springsteen in their collection, this is definitely the first album I would tell them to get because it covers a lot of good stuff. It leaves out a few key songs, of course, but you know, everything from Born to Run, The River, Atlantic City, Dancing in the Dark, Born in the USA, My Hometown, Glory Days, Brilliant Disguise, Human Touch, Streets of Philadelphia, Secret Garden. I mean, it's again, covers some pretty good stuff there. So really good album. Another one of those albums I would love to have signed. I mean, I just would love to have Bruce's signature just like right there. But anyway, move along. Next here, this is one I thought was kind of interesting because when I started to realize the different versions and stuff I had, it made me kind of chuckle a little bit. But I'm talking about Metallica's Black Album. I'm sure I don't have to talk about this one at all. Everyone knows the Black Album. So when I started looking at just kind of the different things I had with the Black Album, I have, this is the Warner Brothers reissue, of course, which I think is, yeah, I still have this one sealed. And then I have the Vertigo pressing. Alright. Then I also have the 45 box set. I guess it's not different formats, but again, I thought it was kind of fun just to, when I actually noticed this. And then, you have the CD, of course. Then you also have the Blackest CD, which is basically just it's all covers of the Black Album. Then, of course, you got the cassette Black Album. And then you also have classic music DVD, classic album, I'm sorry, DVD of the Black Album. So I was like, holy cow, a lot of Black Album floating around out there. And so next up, this one actually had 4 different formats, which is Christopher Cross. All you 80s nuts, I know you love this one. You remember he was very well known for well, actually, there's a few songs he's well known for, but my favorite is Sailing, which is on this album. And again, you know, I know it's, you know, Christopher Cross, cheesy, blah, 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 but I tell you what, that song, as I think I've said in the video in the past, it takes me to beautiful places, man. Especially the intro with the strings going into his that 12-string guitar picking that he does. I mean, it's just like, oh man, it just sets the soul in a good place. So I don't know, I really connected with him on that song, and it just blows me away. And of course, you know, he had a bunch of other songs too. You know, what's the one when you get caught between the moon and New York City? What's the actual title of that song? Anyway, but you know, so yeah, I mean, a lot of good stuff on here. Very cool. Then I also have the CD, of course. I also have the cassette there. And then this is one that I also happen to have on 8-track. So, Christopher Cross, well represented right there. And again, that literally would probably, I don't know, if I'm putting together like my top 100 songs of all time or whatever, that song is falling on that list without question. I love Sailing. So let's move along again. since we're on Christopher Cross, let's go ahead and stay with the cheesiness for a while, which I happen to love. Kenny G Live. Awesome 2-album set. You guys know how I feel about Kenny. I showed him in the last video I did. And so you have the DVD as well. CD as well. Then I also have the cassette. And then I do also have the DVD live. So there's enough Kenny for you. Again, first album that ever brought me to jazz music right there. It's still one of my favorite ones. I listen to it all the time. Next, let's go up here. We're going to go with the Sundays, Reading, Writing, and Arithmetic, which has my favorite song by them on here, which is Here's Where the Story Ends. Again, just another one of those feel-good, almost like road trip, midsummer type songs. Love it to death. Then you got the CD, as well as the cassette. So there you go. What's up next? Here's another good one. Stone Temple Pilots. Another great album. Gracious melodies there. And of course, again, the CD and the cassette. So there's some more STP for you. Another great album by them too. That was a great band. I wish they would have went on to make more stuff. That was a really, really good band. This one here kind of going back to the New Jack Swing type days, back in the late 80s, but mainly early to mid 90s, when groups like Guy were doing the whole New Jack Swing thing, which became very, very big. And this is probably one of my favorite albums from that time period, which is, I believe, self-titled Guy. Definitely has my favorite song by them on here, which is I Like. Total groove. Total groove. And then there's the CD. And, of course, the cassette. So that's Guy. Next. Band that everyone knows and pretty much everyone loves. Genesis. This is We Can't Dance, which has No Son of Mine, which is probably one of my favorite songs by Genesis on here. But then there's also, what was the other really good song on here? No Son of Mine, Never a Time, I think is what it was. Yeah, oh, and Hold On My Heart, that's what I was thinking about, okay. Another great Genesis song there. Very cool 2-LP set. Then you got the CD there, as well as the cassette. So again, that's Genesis. Hold on, so I gotta slide over to grab these. Alright, so the next two we have here, little Enya. I think this is self-titled, isn't it? No, Watermark, I'm sorry. So there you have Enya. And you have the CD and the cassette. And this is not my favorite album by her. Day Without Rain is probably my favorite album by her, but I love all her stuff, and I mean I would absolutely kill to see her in concert. I bet this live she is just absolutely incredible. So next, UB40. This is the first album. Well, not take that back. Of course, everyone heard the single "Red, Red Wine." I think it was one of the first singles that threw them into mainstream, if you will. But this is the first album I really, really dug by them, which is Labor of Love. A lot of good stuff. This goes way back to high school when I first heard about them. You know, Here I Am, Tears from My Eyes, Groovin', Kingston Town, Wear You to the Ball. You know, a lot of great songs in here. So that's Labor of Love. Single LP, as well as the cassette, and the cassette and the CD, I should say. I think it's kind of cool to make these videos too, because I think the more we do this, maybe it helps people that don't really know why we're so into the vinyl thing understand why we prefer having this over that. I mean, it's just like not much comparison there in my eyes. But again, obviously I like all the formats. So next, I got to slide over again. Grab a couple of things here. Okay, I've been kind of cheesing you guys out here for a second, so let me rev you back up a little bit with some Slayer. Divine Intervention. Vintage Slayer. There's the CD. And oops, there's the cassette. The only Slayer cassette that I have, which was a nice VCLT that was sent over to me, but so I'm definitely still looking to get my hands on that. So if any of you have any Slayer cassettes for trade or sell or anything, definitely PM me and let me know. Next up, Gabriel, Peter Gabriel. This is So. I mean, not to mention the great songs that are on this. Red Rain, Sledgehammer, In Your Eyes, Big Time. I mean, it was a great album, but this is one of my favorite covers too. Again, one is just begging for his signature right there. But just such a simple cover, just very, very cool. So I'm going to make sure I pull that one out. So there you go. That's Peter. And then we got two more to show you. Actin' Baby, U2. I guess I got the line on the back there. But there you go. So obviously this has all kinds of great stuff on here. And then you got the cassette and the CD. Once again, how does that compare? So there's U2. And last but not least, another really good album. If you don't have any other album by this artist, this is one really good one to get. I think I found this one for, I got this out of a dollar bin actually, which is kind of lucky. I mean, usually it's a little more expensive than $1, but hey, I found it for $1. I'll take it. Perfect condition too. Billy Joel's Greatest Hits. Very nice 2 LP set, Volume 1 and Volume 2. It just has all this stuff on here. It starts off with stuff like Piano Man and ends up with stuff like The Longest Time, The Night Is Still Young, and then kind of everything in between. You know, Just the Way You Are, Moving Out, My Life, It's Still Rock and Roll to Me, Tell Her About It. So yeah, it really starts like back at Piano Man and goes up through his 80s stuff, which is really cool. So very, very nice piece to own. And so I also have that on cassette. And then I have the Volume 1 and 2, the 2 CD set in the single case. Then I also have the issue of the 2 CD set in the double CD case. So that's Mr. Billy Joel's Greatest Hits Volume 1 and 2. And again, I think with both of these, I got these for, I think $1 each or $2. No, $1 each actually. I think it was at a garage sale or something like that, where I already had one that I had found for $1. I think I got this one at a garage sale for $1 too. So, you know, $2. Why not have both? So that's Billy Joel. So anyway, there you go. Just another set of things that I found towards Miko's thread. And again, like I said, I'm having so much fun digging through and doing this. I might actually do a third video for it just because. But anyway, great video, or I'm sorry, great thread, Miko. I'm glad I was able to jump on it twice. And as always, take care, VC, and we will talk to you guys soon. All right, take care, guys.